On the 123rd episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about some NFL midseason news. We will be making our Week 10 NFL pick'ems. We have a little bit of MLB offseason news and signings. We're going to be ranking the top 5 winningest regions. And make sure you use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at w.gg for 10% off your order. Roll it! Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. All right, we are filming this in the middle of the 1 o'clock games, which I absolutely hate doing. We have all the games kind of behind me. It's halftime in a lot of them. Halftime's probably close to ending, actually, for most of them. But we do have the 1 o'clock games going on. I do want to start off the podcast with somewhat apologizing. I haven't been posting as much as I would like. I know you guys don't really care about that, but just trying to be catching up on sleep. You know, October is a long month, especially as a Dodgers fan. You got to stay up late. Well, I was up till 3 o'clock in the 18 inning games. Just trying to catch up on sleep. So sorry I haven't been posting a whole lot, but you know, this week we are coming back at it. We have a whole bunch of topics to go through, so it should not be a problem finding things to put out and to release. And again, we'll talk about it, but there is a big announcement coming in the middle of this podcast. We will talk about it more here soon. But let's start it off first. There's a lot of sad parts about this podcast too. Just for you guys listening, there's a lot of deaths and there are some sad stuff going on around the sports world right now. So I just want to preface that. I just want to preface the podcast by saying that. We're first going to start off talking about Marshawn Kneeland. He unfortunately passed away. He was a defensive end for the Cowboys and unfortunately passed away last week literally just days after his first touchdown in the NFL. The block punt, and he ended up returning it for a touchdown in Week 9. First touchdown, and unfortunately his only touchdown in the NFL. He was drafted 56 overall and in the second round in the 2024 draft. And he just got into some trouble, and we'll go into it. I don't want to go too deep into it. I don't want to go into the personal life and I don't want to make any assumptions. But he was being pulled over by a cop, and he ended up fleeing. They terminated the pursuit, and he ultimately ended up crashing. They found his car, but he fled on foot. And then later that night, they found him. They found him dead. He was only 24 years old. I'm not sure why he was fleeing. I don't really care why he was fleeing. There's a lot of answers that we don't have. There's a lot of answers that we don't have and that we won't get, and it's not necessary. We don't need all these answers, but it's sad to see. He killed himself. I don't know if I'm going to get flagged on TikTok or anything like that, but yeah, there was a self-inflicted gunshot, so I guess he went home or to a hotel or wherever and sent goodbye texts and shot himself. So it's very sad. It's a very sad story, very sad headline. We obviously we think of sports and it's competitive and like you're going against each other and everything like that. But ultimately, sports do like kind of bring people together. And like even if you're an Eagles fan or a Giants fan, like this is just horrible. This is a horrible, an up and coming guy and. I don't know. He just had a future. He had a future. He had literally probably the best day of his life on that Monday Night Football where he got that touchdown, and just a few days later, it's just all gone. So yeah. Again, not gonna go too deep into it, but it's sad to see. We obviously hate to see this stuff happen, and luckily the Cowboys do have a bye this week, so. They don't have practice until tomorrow on Monday, and so they get a few days to kind of sit and talk and not really have to worry about football and more about their teammate that just died last week. So that's death number 1 of the week. Death number 2 of the week. This actually happened just a few hours ago. Earlier this morning, former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. Paul Tagliabue died this morning. He was 84 years old. He was an NFL commissioner for, 17 years? Maybe more than that. No, 17 seasons, and he died of apparent heart failure. Yeah, he was getting up there. He was old. He was a great NFL commissioner. He was commissioner for 17 seasons. There were 5 teams added during his tenure time in as like president or commissioner of the NFL. Yeah, he had Parkinson's disease, so that obviously played an effect on the heart failure. He was commissioner from 1989 to 2006 when Goodell took over. And who were the teams that were... there were 5 teams that were added. Here we go. Yeah, when there were 5 teams that he added during his tenure time in the NFL as NFL commissioner. He had the Panthers, the Jags, the Browns, the Texans. 1 second, that's only 4 teams. No, I'm. What am I thinking? Yeah, it is 4 teams. There were 4 teams added during his time as commissioner in the NFL. The Panthers in 95, the Jags in 95, the present day Browns in 1999, and then in 2002 you had the Houston Texans, who were the last team to be added on in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously, I'm not going to say it's less sad than the last one, than the Kneeland situation, but he lived a good life. He 84 years. He's been retired for 20 years. I would say he lived a good life. I would say that he lived a good life. He was elected into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2020. And yeah, I mean, I don't, Tagliabue, he had a great life. Let's be honest. He had a good life, and it was long lasted, and it is sad to see that he passed away, but he did good for the NFL. The NFL would not be anywhere near what it is today without what he did as commissioner. This isn't really sad news, just an update. Again, this episode's full of negative stuff, which I don't love, but, you know, headlines are headlines. But Mark Sanchez, if you don't remember, just over a month ago, was in Germany or Ireland or whatever, about to cover the Colts-Raiders game. Yeah, I think it was Colts-Raiders game, and ended up getting in a little altercation with the truck driver, and a little stabbing went on between one another. And yeah, so Mark Sanchez is probably, in my opinion, again, there's a reason why there's court cases, and I don't know the laws in Ireland or anything like that, but my guess is that Mark Sanchez is going to be in jail for quite a bit of time. But it officially came out that he is out as a Fox Sports analyst after he was arrested in October, and that he will not return as a Fox Sports analyst. But as he faces trial stemming from the alleged attack, whatever. We don't care about that. But to replace Sanchez, Fox has now hired Super Bowl winning quarterback Drew Brees, which I think is great. I think that Drew Brees in the booth would be better than Tom Brady. I feel like this is his calling stone. You know, after one quarterback goes down, another one comes back up. But yeah, Drew Brees is going to take Mark Sanchez's place at Fox Sports. He will be part of that crew with where is it? Yeah, with Adam Amon, Christina Pink, starting week 11. So he'll start next week on November 16th. I'm not sure which game they are covering it, but yeah, Drew Brees is going to take a spot. I'm glad that Drew Brees is getting into the kind of broadcasting thing. I kind of figured it would happen at some point, but I'm glad it's happening now. So yeah, starting next week, he'll be in the booth. Sanchez's trial is set to begin December 11th. Through the prosecutors expressed doubt following an October 22nd hearing that it was a realistic date. Prosecutors has charged Sanchez is being charged now with felony count of battery involving serious bodily injury and 3 misdemeanor charges. One of them is like public intoxication or something like that. But yeah, I wish all the best for Mark Sanchez. I think Drew Brees is going to be great. I'm not sure if Sanchez, he must have got extradited, right? Or is he in Ireland? I honestly don't know a whole lot about the case. I know about the incident. But yeah, I'm glad that Drew Brees is getting the boost. I'm excited about that. All right, let's move on to our Week 10 NFL Pick'em. So I will admit, we are filming in the middle of the 1 o'clock games, but all these picks were made beforehand. I have the proof. I'll pop up a screenshot if necessary. I don't think it's necessary, but I think I'm doing pretty good this week, but you're about to find out. So we will start off our Week 10 NFL Pick'ems with the early game. You had You had the Falcons and Colts. I have the Falcons. You have the Browns and Jets. Give me the Browns, Saints, and Panthers. I think that the Panthers end up winning. You have the Patriots and Bucks. The Bucks. It's being played in Tampa. They're both really good teams that were horrible the last few seasons, but I think that the Bucks will win. You had the Ravens and Vikings. I don't care that it's in Minnesota. I think that the Ravens will win. Bills and Dolphins. I'm hoping that this is an easy Bills win. You have the Giants and Bears. It's being played in Chicago. The Giants, I won't say they suck, but they are hit or miss. I think that the Bears will get the win. We have the Jags and Texans being played in Houston. Give me the Texans. You have the Cardinals and Seahawks, little NFC West matchup. Give me the Seahawks. The Seahawks have to take advantage of this game because on the other side of the NFC West, you have the 49ers and Rams playing each other, and the Seahawks have to take advantage of this win because one of the other teams is going to lose, and in the tight race right now, it's just very important that the Seahawks get this win, and I think that they will win. You have the Lions and Commanders. Give me the Lions. You have the Rams and 49ers. This is the big game of the week. This is big, especially for the NFC West. I was just talking about this. But I get it. It's in San Francisco, but I think that the Rams will get the win. For Sunday night, you have the Steelers and Chargers. Give me the Steelers. And then for Monday Night Football, you have the Eagles and Packers. I'm hoping that this is an easy Eagles win. All right, that is going to do it for the Week 10 NFL Pick'ems. Again, this is kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the podcast. I completely forgot until Thursday to make a TikTok about the results of last week. So I'll add them up and put them at the end of the TikTok of this week's pick'ems. But I completely forgot. It was like Thursday night, and I was like, oh, I forgot to make a TikTok about that. So I have no idea what my results were from last week. It had been somewhat good. I think it had been somewhat good. But I'll make sure to add it on to the total season record. All right. Oh, let's get it. All right, let's go with the best energy drink on the market, if we're being honest. We have ourselves some Dubby Energy. One of my favorite flavors. I think, yeah. We're gonna do this one. We have Dubby. Dubby Energy is one of the best energy drinks available on the market. It's cheap, 30 servings per tub. You can get them pretty cheap. And if you use code HatTrick Sports, you will be able to get 10% off your order. See, what you do is you get a little HatTrick Sports water bottle now available at shophattricksports.com. You get a scoop of this Cali O cream. It's a small scoop. You just pop it in. You know, whether you got to stay up for late games, you got to stay energized for a game or activity or something, or you got to work out, whatever. What you do, you just put a little scoop in there. You put the little lid on. Again, this is available at shophattricksports.com. That is at w.gg. You mix it up for a hot minute, and then just like that, no jitters, no crash, no nothing. It's amazing. It tastes like, it just tastes like orange. This one is, what is this one? Mango orange cream. It's amazing. I mean, and again, this is going to keep me awake for all the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock games, all sorts of stuff. Can't get enough of it. I highly suggest you get some at w.gg. Again, make sure you use code HatTrick Sports for 10% off your order. You save some money, you give me some money. We're all winners. W gets some money. It's just amazing. It's addicting too. But yeah, it's one of the overall healthier energy drinks that you can find out there. There's not a whole bunch of sugar. What is there? I actually don't know. There's all sorts of vitamins too. Vitamin B12. You have vitamin C. I mean, you're good for a month with how much vitamin B12 is in here. It's just great for you. It's kind of like vitamins too. Like, again, it has all sorts of vitamins and supplements and stuff in there for you. It's truly amazing for you. Make sure you get some at w.gg. Use code HatTrick Sports for 10% off your order. All right, now there's been, how am I going to start this? This is a little weird. This is like a scripted segment. You guys are getting a little behind the scenes of the scripted segment. I forgot to do the standings. How did I forget that? Yeah, let me do the standings first. All right, we're going to go over the standings, the current NFL standings right now. This is before Week 10. This is all before the Week 10 games, but after the Thursday night game. And I actually don't know if it updated from the Colts game. I don't think it did. But in the AFC East, you had the Patriots. The Patriots, if you told me at the beginning of the year that the Patriots would lead the AFC East, I would have thought you were crazy. But yes, the Patriots are up a game from the Bills, or a half game from the Bills. It's wild. It's wild that the Bills are not in first in the AFC East this year, but they're not. Then you have the Dolphins and Jets, who absolutely suck. I mean, they are horrible. In the AFC North, you have the Steelers up by a little bit. The AFC North, it just sucks. The division sucks. The Steelers are 5-3 right now. They're looking to make it 6-3. They're the only team with a winning percentage, with a above 500 winning percentage. The Ravens, Bengals, and Browns, I expected more from them this season, and they just suck. They're like 3-5, 3-6, 2-6. In the AFC South, you have the Colts. The Colts, I mean, they just won earlier today, too. The Colts are unreal, man. The Colts, I will say this is my first time saying this, and I live with a Colts fan. I truly think that the Colts have a real shot at winning the Super Bowl. Especially picking up Sauce Gardner. The Colts have a legit shot. They will make the playoffs, and if they keep playing how they're playing, and they need some struggle weeks. They do need some weeks where they struggle a little bit, but the Colts, they look really, really good. And I haven't said this before, but I truly think that there is a chance that they make it to the Super Bowl, which is wild to me. The Jags are a couple games behind them, and then you have the Texans and Titans. I haven't even thought about the Titans. The Titans are like the equivalent of like the A's or something. Like, the A's, the Rockies, or White Sox, like, the Titans just suck. They're 1-8. How are you 1-8? How are you 1-8 in the Big 2-5? In the AFC West, you have the Broncos. The Broncos are up by a couple games ahead of the Chargers. This year's full of surprises, I feel like. The Broncos leading the Chiefs in third place of the AFC West. I mean, this is just unreal. This season is just an unreal season for the NFL. And then you have the Raiders, who I absolutely hate. Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, they can all go, like, I don't care if they're 0-17 at the end of the season. But they all suck. But the fact that the Chargers and Broncos are better than the Chiefs in the AFC West, wild to me. You have the NFC East. This is where you have the Eagles up by quite a few games. And then the Eagles, this is kind of like the AFC North, where the Eagles are above 500 and everybody else is below 500. The Cowboys expected more from them this season. Same with the Commanders, and then Giants. Jackson Dart, Cam Scatabo, they've surprised me this season, but again, 2-7 can't do much. We're halfway through the season. We're over halfway through the season now. Like, it's kind of too late. NFC North, you have the Packers. The Packers and Lions are neck and neck right now. It's just because the Packers had that tie. So they're technically ahead of the Lions by, what, a half? I don't even know. Is that a quarter of a game? I don't know how that works in the NFL. But yeah, the Packers are up, then followed by the Lions. I think that by the end of the season, the Lions will be ahead of the Packers. And then the Bears. The Bears, all three of them are tied right now. The Bears have a chance. I think that at the end of the season, it'll go Lions, Bears, Packers, and then the Vikings are 4-4 right now. They're playing right now. What's the score of that game? I don't know which TV it's on. But yeah, I think that's how the NFC North will end up. And then in the NFC South, the Bucks surprising everybody. Same with the Panthers. I was not expecting the Panthers to be. They're 5-4 right now. Again, they might be 5-5 at the end of this week. But yeah, the NFC North surprised me. The Saints suck. The Falcons, I wouldn't say suck, but don't look good. They could have won today against the Colts. It came down to overtime. It went into overtime, and the Falcons ended up losing. All right, and then my favorite division, the NFC West. It is in a tight race. The Seahawks and Rams are tied at first. A half game behind them is the 49ers, and then the Cardinals way down under. But the thing is that in Week 10, you have the Seahawks playing the Cardinals, so the Seahawks have to take advantage of that easy win, especially in Seattle. They have to really take advantage of that. And then you have the Rams and 49ers who are playing each other. And again, the 49ers have one more loss than them, but they've also played one more game. So they're a half game behind them. This week's very important for the NFC West, especially with how tight this division is. It's going to be great. Coming to week 15, 16, 17, these three teams, a lot of people are going to be watching these three teams, and I'm hoping Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp and JSN, I'm hoping the Seahawks can take dude, if we could win the division this year, dude, that would be amazing if the NFC West, if the Seahawks won the NFC West. But that's just a little NFL standings recap. Everybody's talking about the ESPN ESPN is owned by Disney, but yeah, the ESPN and YouTube dispute. And Pat McAfee went on, hey, why is everybody telling you to click on this link? No need to click on the link. Our show is going to be here. And I want to say the same thing. I will never have you guys click a link to keep the show going. But that being said, make sure to go shop HatTrickSports.com because we got brand new merch. We got a little arm candy action for all of you baseball players, specifically pitchers. You all know about arm candy. What's a better way to show that you throw 95 plus miles an hour with by getting this shirt? You can get this shirt at shoppatricksports.com. It's less than $25, $24.99. You get it at shoppatricksports.com. And again, when you're walking around and people see you wearing an arm candy shirt, they know you throw gas. So yeah, what's a better way to show off that you can throw 95 plus? Getting this shirt. But yeah, go to shoppatricksports.com. I did some minor adjustments with the website. It looks pretty good right now. But yes, arm candy is officially launched on shoppatricksports.com. Make sure you get yourself a shirt and go check out the other shirts. There's some other shirts on there. We have a few other shirts that are unreleased that I might be releasing here soon. But I wanted to get this one out. I love this shirt. Obviously, I can't, this is an original logo, and I can't specifically say, and I don't really want a cease and desist on this design, so make sure you cop it while you can before we get the cease and desist. And for you guys that don't get what arm candy is, look up arm candy baseball. Again, can't say any brands on here, but yes, arm candy is a very popular term used by baseball players, especially like when you start throwing gas, your arm gets a little pain in your arm. Make sure to pop in some arm candy. Again, shirt now available at shoppatricksports.com. If you know some baseball players, especially pitchers, make sure you get this for them. It's comfortable. It's cheaper. I mean, you could get shirts for $45, or you could get this one for just less than $25. It's honestly a steal. And just go over to shoppatricksports.com. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm excited. I'm excited to announce the launching of the shirt. This is one of my favorite designs. It's simple, and I feel like it's an inside joke between baseball players. So yeah, make sure to go cop it. ShopPatrickSports.com. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think about this. All right, so let's move on to MLB, the World Series games. I mean, the World Series is wild. I'm still talking about the World Series a week later. But yeah, the World Series Game 7 viewership, all the stats and stuff came out between Fox Sports and worldwide, honestly. And Cam Newton, do you all remember when Cam Newton said this? Bam! Cam Newton was wrong. Cam Newton said that the WNBA would end up passing the MLB because it is, quote-unquote, a dying sport. I have the stats to show you, Cam Newton. Come on, man. What are we doing? But yes, the Game 7 of the 2025 World Series had 25.9 million viewers between Fox Sports in the U.S., 51 million viewers worldwide. Yes, we were talking about Japan and Canada because obviously Blue Jays in Canada and obviously the Dodgers pretty much all from Japan. But yes, you were saying that the WNBA was going to pass this. Guess what? Not even the NBA can pass baseball. In Game 7 of the 2025 NBA Finals, they averaged 16.4 million viewers. That is, I'm not great at math, but 25.9 million is greater than 16.4 million. It's just basic arithmetic. And if you're going to argue, you're going to figure out some other way to argue, but the Dodgers played Game 7 of the World Series in the middle of all the college football, in front of while basketball was going on, hockey. I mean, there was so much other competition that the World Series had to face that Game 7 of the finals did not have to face. Again, what other sports are on in the middle of Game 7 of the NBA Finals? Nothing. It's in the middle of summer. It's nothing. So yeah, Cam Newton, watch your mouth. I'm just saying, I pulled up the stats. Baseball is not a dying sport. I wouldn't say it's a revival, but I would say that it's a new era that people are excited about. People are excited about Shohei Ohtani. People are excited about Aaron Judge, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Juan Soto. People are excited about baseball, and the old people that are saying that the sport is dying just can't move on from the Derek Jeter and A-Rod and Big Papi era, or even later than that. baseball, like the MLB in the next few seasons, it's gonna blow up, and it is blowing up. We're watching it blow up right now. So for all the people saying that it's a dying sport, it's America's pastime, I believe that it's going to actually be the future and bigger than the NBA. And it's not bigger than the NFL, but I would say that it's up there with that, especially this World Series. Dude, Game 7 of the World Series was unbelievable. I still cannot believe all of the plays and different. I just cannot believe the World Series. I can't believe what happened in the World Series. But yeah, this is amazing. And speaking of the World Series, Blake Snell had himself a World Series tour. So I'm not sure that Blake Snell has slept in 2 months. So obviously you go through the entire postseason. It's late nights for these guys. It's long days. It's an entire month of them playing like pretty much must-win games under high pressure. A lot of people watching them, physically demanding. And yeah, the Dodgers, especially the Dodgers and Blue Jays, they spend all of October doing that. And then once they win the World Series, they don't sleep. They go party, parade. They go to different places, especially in LA. Well, Blake Snell had himself a week. Every single night, I kept seeing a new post of somewhere Blake Snell was at. First, it was the parade. Now, great, yeah, you go to the World Series parade. And then you saw him at the LA Lakers game with a few Dodgers players. And then he went on Jimmy Kimmel Live with some other players. And then you see him at Dancing with the Stars with some other players. You see him at LA Kings games. It's just wild. Blake Snell, I understand, like, I don't think he has kids. He might have a wife or something. I get it, like, he doesn't have, like, I don't want to say he doesn't have a family, but, like, he doesn't have demanding places to be at this point in his life. But, man, I mean, after playing 18-inning games, 11-inning games for a week straight, and, like, the most stressful position you have ever been, and then going out every night to all of these different events is wild. But Blake Snell, he loves it. He remembers 2020, losing the World Series, and he's taking advantage of it. I love Blake Snell. I love him with the Dodgers. He's an absolute gamer. Yeah, Blake Snell is just unreal. Every night, literally every night. I don't think he slept yet. I do not think he slept in like 2 weeks. But yeah, good for Blake Snell. Good for the Dodgers, honestly. I keep seeing Blake Snell going to different places. And then, yeah, it was probably the best week of Blake Snell's life. And, you know, we're talking about the best week of all these Dodgers' lives, and it truly was. For Kershaw, it was probably the best ending he could have asked for. Shohei Ohtani getting back-to-back rings. Yamamoto having the series of his life. Sasaki, like, you see all these guys, they had the best week of their life. But unfortunately, a crucial part of the Dodgers organization didn't. Alex Vesia put out a statement just a couple days ago announcing that his daughter did end up dying, which is sad. So Kayla and Alex Vesia, was a huge part of the Dodgers team, especially this season with the bullpen that they had. They were expecting a baby, and the baby was supposed to be born towards the end of the NLCS and starting of the World Series. And the Dodgers came out in a statement on October 23rd. Again, I'm not going to overanalyze this. I'm not going to go too deep into their personal life, but on October 23rd, the Dodgers put out a statement saying that Alex Vesia wasn't on the World Series roster and that there was some personal stuff that he had to deal with. And again, I don't like to assume stuff, but it just sucked. It sucked for multiple reasons. Number one, immediately you're thinking like, oh, suck it up, Alex Vesia, like, it couldn't have been that serious, like, whatever. And then, like, you really think about it, and you're like, oh, like, his wife was pregnant. It's just a hard time for Alex Vesia. So, he, in his statement that he just put out a couple days ago, he said that on October 26th, his daughter ended up passing away, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad to see and to hear. Alex Vesia, again, this was supposed to be one of the best weeks of his life and ended up probably being the worst. And I cannot imagine what they're going through. I feel so bad for Alex Vesia. We obviously, it's competitive. The World Series is very competitive. The two teams hate each other. I mean, we saw bench clearings. But the Blue Jays, they still put the 51s on their hats, representing Alex Vesia, and unfortunate loss that he had. It's very sad to see. The Dodgers did pick up his club option, so he will be with the team next year. But take these next few months and really, like, you got to take care of yourself, man. I mean, I feel so bad for the Vesia family. Yeah, all the support though, I will say that league-wide and nationwide, like between the teams and everywhere, like everybody was supportive of Vesia, but I cannot imagine what they are going through right now. Yeah, it's just we love Vesia. I mean, I love Vesia as a player on and off the field. I think he's obviously a great athlete in general, but we did. I think off the field he's great too. He seems like great personally. It just sucks, man. The things are bigger than baseball. Like I don't think Alex Vesia cared if the Dodgers won or lost, and you cannot blame him. I don't think he was even thinking about the Dodgers or the World Series during this time. It's just so sad to see. I mean, it's brutal. This was their first kid too, and like I kept seeing Kayla Vesia, Alex Vesia's wife, and the mom, the TikToks throughout the last like 5 months of her being pregnant, the Instagram stuff. It's just so sad to see, man, and I feel so bad for the Vesias and just the whole situation. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into it. I just feel so bad for the whole family and for everybody like affected by this. And obviously, Alex Vesia knows all the Dodgers fans, and everybody loves him. It's not like a guy like, I hate to say it, but like Manny Machado's like a very like you can be like hateful towards Manny Machado. Like, no, Alex Vesia is a true guy. Like, I don't know. I feel so bad. I can't get it off my mind. I've been thinking about this throughout the whole World Series, dude. Like, I feel so bad. But yeah, it's just brutal. But they did pick up his club option, like I said, so he will be pitching next year. The Dodgers also, on a little bit of a brighter note, I know it's been kind of a sad podcast. 3 people died. Like, it's hard. But the Dodgers did pick up Max Muncy's club option, which was for $10 million. So he will be with the team for the 2026 season. And because they did that, we obviously, the MLB obviously has, what's his name? Murakami, this Japanese guy coming from Japan into the MLB, and I think that because the Dodgers signed Max Muncy, that they're not going to sign Murakami. But I also don't think that Murakami's, I don't even know if that's how you say your name. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. But I don't even think he's going to be that good. I mean, I've watched a few highlights. I wouldn't even say highlights. Condensed games from his Japanese, from the Japanese league, KBO or wherever he was playing. I've seen his stats. I don't think he's going to be all that good. Now, I'm not just saying that because the Dodgers aren't going to get him. And the Dodgers could get him. I just don't feel like he's going to be that good. He's not going to be, he's a first and third baseman. So again, Max Muncy kind of covers that spot. And the Dodgers really don't have a roster spot if they do sign him. I just don't think he's going to be that good. I feel like the lack of experience, the lack of stats, the lack of, I just feel like there's a lot of lack of in that situation. Maybe he comes to the MLB for a couple of years and then signs a big contract with the Dodgers if he's good. But I just don't feel like, it's just my gut feeling and what I've seen out of him. And out of all these Japanese players, he just doesn't fit in like that. So again, I don't think that the Dodgers were going to pick him up, but I'm excited that Muncy's back with the Dodgers. I don't love him defensively in the postseason, but in the regular season, he does help us get to the postseason, and it'll be interesting to see where Murakami goes. I am interested to see that, and I hope he does well. I just don't think he will. And yeah. Oh, let's talk about these qualifying offers, though. Last week, all MLB teams, players who are tendered the qualifying offer have until, so basically all the teams that had the ability offered their players the qualifying offers for the 2026 season. And basically what that is basically, I'm pretty sure they take like the average of the top 125 players' salaries and have that average, and then the teams have to offer that to these players. And these players include Bo Bichette, Framber Valdez, Kyle Tucker, Kyle Schwarber, I believe, is on that list. Dylan Cease, Framber Valdez, Ranger Suarez, Edwin Diaz, Gleyber Torres, Brandon Woodruff, Zach Gallen, Shota Imanaga, Michael King, and Trent Grisham. All these guys have until November 18th to accept or decline the qualifying offers. And if they accept it, they get the $22 million for next season, which again is the average of the top 125 salaries in the MLB. And if not, then they go on to be just a regular free agent. But all of the teams that offered these qualifying, that gave the players the option. If they don't sign, they get a compensatory pick, which is important. It's basically an additional first round pick for next year's draft or this year's draft or whatever. So qualifying offers are pretty important in the MLB. With a player, I'm pretty sure you can only get it once in your career, and it'll be interesting this next week to see who accepts, who declines. Bo Bichette, will he stay with the Blue Jays? Valdez, Astros. We see Kyle Tucker. Is he going to stay with the Cubs? It'll be interesting. You see these names get thrown around. Shota Imanaga, is he going to stay with the Cubs? And if not, where's he going to go? The Dodgers, obviously, as a Dodgers fan, we get a lot of names coming our way when it comes to stuff like qualifying offers like this and whether players will accept or decline them. But this next week is going to get interesting because if they decline them, these A-list guys are going to be they're going to go places. They're going to go places, and we could see divisions shape up differently because of this. And this is an exciting time in the offseason. This is an exciting time for the offseason to see where these guys go or if they stay put. Let's talk about the MLB Open. Oh my goodness, I just found out about this like a couple days ago. The MLB is doing a golf tournament but with current and former players. All 30 MLB teams will have a pair of current and former MLB players. It's going to be during the award week, which is this week coming up. What's the schedule? I had the schedule down here somewhere. Yeah, Thursday and Friday this upcoming week is when this tournament will take place. I'm excited for this. I didn't even know this was happening, but the MLB Open, for the first time, Major League Baseball is taking the action to the fairways. The Capital One MLB Open tees off at legendary Shadow Creek Golf Course in Las Vegas from November 12th to 14th during MLB Awards Week. The 3-day event kicks off with the Pro-Am pairing MLB stars, past and present, that doesn't matter. But the main event will feature a 2-day tournament with a competitive field of current and former MLB players going head-to-head. A unique scoring system will turn every hole into a chance for players to climb the leaderboard. Why hasn't anybody thought of this before? This is a genius idea. I love an MLB Open. I mean, who are the... One second. So some guys that have been named so far is Jimmy Rollins, John Smoltz, Justin Turner, who I think might be retiring after this season because I don't think he's staying with the Cubs, Mookie Betts, and David Wright. So I'm excited to see this. Again, like I said, Thursday and Friday, make sure you tune into that. This will be fun. I think this will be very entertaining. I'm excited for this. I just found out about this earlier while I was looking up stuff. I'm excited for this. I think this will be really cool, and especially if this is an annual thing. I think the MLB did great with this, or will do great with this. Obviously, all presented by Capital One. All right, that is going to do it for the 123rd episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Sorry, it was a little bit longer. It's going to come out a little bit late, but I appreciate you all for watching. Make sure to go to shop@HatTrickSports.com. Again, there's tons of merch on there. Arm candy for all you baseball players. Make sure you cop the merch. You can listen to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube for all the visuals. Make sure you follow us all over social media: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you can find us. Make sure you follow, and we will see you guys next week for episode 124.